Yep, we're starting it again.
Post-show take
number 2.
So we did something that we said something that we shouldn't have. This is stuff we like. Post-show. Here we are again.
Right.
Friend's dad.
This is the show after the show. So I was just mentioning and beginning to tell a story about the time I met one of my friend's dads. And this man was a very intimidating figure. He was very quiet when we first met him. I had planned to take, it was me, Gerard here, my other friend, and his dad. We were going to a all-you-can-eat sushi buffet. So I jump in the car, and I'm trying to make some small talk. It's not really working. We get to the restaurant. He's still pretty silent. Now, another fact to know about when I go to all-you-can-eat sushi buffets is I tend to over-order thinking that everything that's listed is only one piece instead of 8 pieces. That might be a little bit of a difficulty I have. So
even when they say it on the paper.
I'll just mark everything like 5, and then Gerard will be like, dude, you're ordering like 500 pieces of sushi. And I'm like, oh, really? It doesn't matter.
they're going to kick us out, and we're going to have to pay for it.
But I mean, like, listen. It was fine.
7 in a row ain't cheap, fellas.
So that was irrelevant, but I just wanted to add that for, like, backstory. When we sit down, we're starting to quite, like, some small talk here and there. And one of my favorite pastimes to do with Gerard is to go get cart food at this place called 53rd and 6th.
The one place that matters, 53rd and 6th. If you've never been there, go there right now.
So it's a fantastic cart. They have the chicken, the rice, the falafel. It's delicious. You put as much sauce as you want on there. And I was explaining to my friend's dad and Gerard and my friend about basically an experience I had at a different cart. And another side note here, I tend to say things that may, out of context, or even in context, not sound as what I mean. I may use certain words that may be a little bit...
You're about to find out what he means.
A little bit extravagant. So,
extravagant.
I decided to describe how I love this cart food's meat so much that I love this guy's meat. I would just shove it in my mouth.
That's not all, folks.
And I would shove the meat in my mouth, and the best part was that white sauce because it just like lubricates it.
That was the word he used. He used the word lubricates. And then I'm just looking at, I'm like, Aunt, do you know what you're saying?
In my mind, I'm thinking I'm like trying to think of what's a word that helps things go down smoothly. A lubricant. So yeah, it lubricated my throat. Now I didn't realize
the Brooklyn is going out of it.
I didn't realize that at the time that was a very, I guess, homoerotic statement.
Until I pointed it out, I was like, well, not even homoerotic. It was just funny.
I mean, it was hilarious in a sense, but I just didn't realize what I was saying. And Gerard kept telling me, dude, you're getting graphic. I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about shoveling meat in my mouth. I'm like meat and white sauce.
Oh yeah, meat and white sauce.
And my friend's dad is just like looking at me and just like, what the hell is going on? And I'm just like, oh my god! And everyone just starts busting out laughing.
And
I'm just like, no way! And it reminded me of another story I'd spoken about. Where I used to hang out with my teachers, my professors, and we both have to use the bathroom. And he goes to one urinal, and I go to the opposite urinal, on the opposite side of the bathroom, like all the way as far away as you can be. And as I am using said urinal, I look up, and there's a giant bug. Like I'm talking, this thing is huge. I don't know what it was, but it was really big. I don't like bugs.
Size of what for scale?
Really big, like dragon.
Like I'd say, like it looked like an orange. It was big.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it was
like
big.
An orange size.
An orange size, like obviously not
like
orange,
leg span, leg span included,
like of an orange. It was this giant thing.
It's like a granddaddy long legs.
Right. And as I am peeing at this urinal, I explain because I see this bug, and I go, "Whoa! Look at the size of that thing." And my professor goes, thanks. And everyone in the bathroom just starts cracking up. And I'm just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I cannot believe that there's a bug on the wall. That's what I'm talking about. This bug is huge. And he just started laughing, and he told everyone he saw the rest of the day about said statement. And I was just...
told me about that story. That was like weeks after it happened.
I know, and it was just ridiculous. So everyone he bumped into just tell a story like, oh, you want to hear what Anthony said? He said, look at the size of that thing when we were peeing at the urinals. I'm like, okay, there's more context to the story. So I said this to my friend. At this point, my friend's dad is like choking on sake and everything else. He's eating and everything. I'm just like, because he's like dying of laughter. But the moral of the story was I broke the conversation barrier, and then everyone started having a great time.
Yeah, that was like the real gelling point.
It was.
That was like a great moment. I don't think we're never going to forget that.
No, we're not. It's a story
that was
to
like
go.
One of the funniest. It was so funny.
I just wanted to share that I am one of the few people who properly use the word lubricate, as according to Gerard. And
you used it. You used it.
And it was quite the experience.
That it was.
It's like, yeah, that
it went down smooth.
Yes, it did. So,
all right.
Continuing on.
Well, this is kind of just whatever we want to talk about. I was like thinking while you were talking the story, maybe we should just like make this about like dad encounters.
Dad encounters.
Dad encounters.
Yeah, like you were talking about our
dad encounters of the third kind.
We're talking about our mutual friend's dad.
I don't know what other dads I've encountered.
You
That statement in and of itself sounds a bit odd.
Yeah. I guess that's not really enough.
Could just be about dads. I mean, Father's Day is in like, I don't know, 2 months.
Mother's Day's coming up.
Never start preparing enough.
That's
I
very
guess
true.
that's true. You can start preparing for Father's Day.
What are you guys going to? What do people usually do for Mother's Day? That's the thing.
I just have a lot of family over.
Yeah, same here.
You know,
we have family.
It's kind of just
right.
like a brunch usually.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a delightful. I think we go to J&R Steakhouse, oddly enough, which you would think is something that you would do for like Father's Day.
Yeah.
But
What's J&R Steakhouse?
Just like a steakhouse, but like, you know, usually like
it's not.
I know it's
nothing
just,
too fancy.
I know it's not just a steakhouse, but like, I mean, I've never been there, but I'm just saying, like,
been
stereotypically, the man would be the one.
I don't know. My mom likes steak.
No, I'm not saying they can't, but I'm saying just, you know, stereotypically, of course.
I mean, we could. What else? Like, what's a neat topic to talk about? Do you guys remember like Saturday morning cartoons? Like fighting food-ons. It's the food with attitude.
Pokemon, man.
Pokemon.
That was, Ash was probably the worst trainer in the history of ever.
Yo, he sucks. If he was playing a game,
he definitely was.
He was a terrible trainer. Every time he got a good Pokemon, traded it. He traded that Butterfree for that Raticate.
Oh, he did trade back. He did trade back.
Yeah, but that was still like a really intense episode.
He just, for some reason, he feels the need to drop everything and then just get a new team every day.
Well, he's 10.
Yeah, but
in the context of the show, he's fucking
I was
10.
watching the show when I was like 7, and I knew it was a bad move. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah, well, that's very true. Well, I think because like maybe we like played the games.
I used to actually refer to boys and girls as trainers back in the day when I was playing the game.
That actually does sound pretty cool.
And it was cool until my friends like, dude, they're called boys and girls. I'm like, no, they play Pokemon. Aren't they trainers? And they're like, no, dude, you're crazy. I'm like, listen, I don't understand because I
want to live in that schizophrenic world.
It might be schizophrenic, I guess, but it was really fun because like it became like it wasn't that far fetched. It was awesome.
That's a Pokemon. That's far-fetched. You're far-fetched.
And it was fantastic. I loved. My mom used to play
Did you make that trade too?
Dude, I used to trade. I traded my. I made some terrible trades in my day.
You definitely had to do that. There's no other way to get a far-fetched.
I made some terrible trades in my day. I traded him a Champ for a Starmie, a Staryu, and a Water Energy. Because I thought 2 cards were better than one.
Oh my god! I remember when I I think this actually like marked the point where I like hated the neighbors that live across the street from me. Yeah, no, like literally, I had like 2 shiny Gyarados cards.
Yeah.
2 of the holographic ones because I was like incredibly lucky with the packs. He traded for like one that was. He traded me like 3 cards. None of them were like any particularly good, but I've never had them before, so I'm like. I guess part of this has got to catch them all.
Yeah, you were being a good trainer. And that's
and then I remembered how chipped I was, and I was like, okay, I got to walk over to his house. I got to like demand my cards back. Demand a trade back. Right. It was like it's like the unspoken rule: no trade backs. Right. You even have to speak it sometimes to get the whiny kids off.
I had such an awesome collection, and then I took them into the city one day because I just never wanted to leave my side, and I lost a bunch.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I lost my Alakazam, my Mewtwo.
Well, at least you have yourself to blame for that. You know what?
I still have my Charizard that I pulled from a pack. That was awesome.
I don't have that. I think you can actually buy that like off Amazon.
That's like the one everybody knows, the shiny Charizard.
Yeah, Charizard was great.
That's the one that everyone like really wanted. I remember
because no one actually knew how to play the game. Everyone was just like, "Whoa, 100 damage."
I'm going to actually get to that. But my sister, if she's actually listening to this, holy crap! I still actually like hold a grudge for her with that. She took my cards, and lost them.
Where?
She like left them in a grocery store one day, a toy store one day.
Wow.
Literally.
That's unfortunate.
That's like you'll never find them again. They blend right in, probably.
Yeah, and
at that time,
when I look back at like the stacks that I have at home that I probably should get rid of, I should probably like donate to charity or something. But they're like in a little chest. It's just like none of them are shiny. They're just like they're all reminders of what I used to have. I had like a Venusaur,
a bygone
Blastoise.
past.
What?
It's just.
Yeah.
I'm having like a real nostalgic moment because like I don't know
like
for me
looking into the future.
Yeah, because
the past.
For me like the smell of like grass and the sound of lawnmowers and just Pokemon cards is like that's my childhood.
That is childhood.
Run around trading cards, got to catch them all like you said. My dad started getting his own collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, as he was doing it, and he wouldn't trade me though. Which is terrible.
Did he know what he was like getting?
I guess. God. I mean, he probably had an idea.
I actually remember my parents actually bought like a bunch of trading card packs, and they were like going to give it to us. I think when like school was over or something.
Right.
Like, oh, you got good grades. Here's Pokemon cards that we bought for you, and we fucking like found them in their closet
and
like,
shred them open.
Shredded like we like carefully opened up the pack, see what was in there, and like. put them back in. We're like, oh, well, now we know what we're getting. Now there's no point.
Was it anything good? Was it really good cards?
I don't even remember. I just remember the actual act.
It's just crazy knowing that like the packs themselves are such a cost-ineffective way of getting it. Because like you're spending like $4 a pack, whatever it is. You're getting random luck instead of buying like the cards themselves. But that was part of the fun though, was ripping it open.
Yeah, I love
seeing
because I think I remember with Pokemon at least, you weren't guaranteed a holographic.
No, you weren't.
You weren't.
You're
guaranteed one rare card.
In Pokemon, no.
Pokemon,
there was a rare
as well. But
there was a rare, but it was either like a diamond or a star.
Yeah.
Right, that was it.
And the thing is, like, you sometimes got the really rare ones in a pack. Yeah, but like the thing is, like, I don't know. I had all the original cards.
Yeah, that's all I still have. I never had anything more than the original.
I did buy some of the other ones, but I stopped collecting them like halfway through the second
really
gen.
early on. It was like the second gen
I
was
was
my
like,
game, but
that was when I realized like they got me. I need to stop. It wasn't even my money. I just felt bad that I had to go back and buy.
Dude,
them
I love that I
week.
still play card games to this day. Card games, it's a form of gambling. It's fun.
It really is. You know,
It's like you're playing card lotto.
I stay away from trading card games just for that.
I know.
Because I don't want to collect them all.
Right. I just want to get everything.
I'm like crap at the game. I remember there was actually a Game Boy Color game for the Pokemon trading card game.
Yeah.
And I remember
that was ridiculous.
I learned how to play the game because of that. And I'm like, well, I still can't get anyone to actually play the game with me. So this doesn't actually solve anything.
I love that game. Actually, there was a story.
It was so slow.
I used to be in a choir with this kid, and he lent me. I lent them Super Mario Brothers for the Pokemon trading card game, and I played that game nonstop for like a week. Then I got back to him, and he was like, "Oh, I lost you Super Mario Brothers. I'll give you this shitty Toy Story game instead to get back my Pokemon trading card game." And I did it because I felt bad because it was technically his game, but I really wanted Super Mario Brothers. And then I just kept playing this god awful Toy Story game. I should have kept the Pokemon trading card game. He did not uphold his part of the deal. If I ever see that guy again, he owes me big.
Which is what, to give you a new Mario game?
Or let me keep his Pokemon trading card game. I should have just kept that.
It's true. Why is that? Why do you have to be like the guy with, you know?
Well,
why do you have to be the dick?
Well,
if,
what
like,
I would
he's
be doing now
he's not going to give it back to you.
I would just put an emulator on my phone and I would just play it. I would just play that game.
No, see, that's not the thing yet. The principle of the story is that guy owes me.
It's not the game. It's the principle.
It's the principle.
It's the principle.
I actually remember I had a roommate early on in college who he kept. Please, like, help me keep my sanity on this one.
Right.
Is pizza that you leave out on the counter still good the next day?
Absolutely.
Absolutely?
Yes.
I would actually say no.
I prefer it left out than getting cold, because if you reheat it left out, it's fine.
That's cheese, yo. That's cheese.
That's
though.
fine. It's cheese already. It's bacteria.
Baked
okay, I'm in the Gerard camp here. I'm like, you need to cover it in foil.
Wait, what kind of pizza was it? Was it Domino's or was it like real pizza?
No, real pizza I leave.
It was real pizza.
Real pizza I leave
Okay, because Domino's got whatever in it to keep it alive for the
real
next
pizza
week
we leave
or
out.
something.
We've been doing that for years. Nothing's ever happened to us.
Well, when people stop eating pizza in my house, we just kind of like cover it up in foil and throw it in the fridge.
Yes, that's what I do.
Okay, so knowing that kind of training back at home, he was like leaving pizza out. There was like a pizza. He left it out overnight. I kind of like looked over when we were in a common room. We're like, that needs to get thrown out. That's not edible anymore. I threw it out. He came back and he's like, who threw out the pizza? I was gonna eat that. And
yeah, I mean, I agree with your roommate.
Someone else like took the heat with that. Like, he didn't say he threw it out, but he was like, you have to, you can't eat that.
I think you can.
It's not sanitary.
I've done it before.
Listen, my brother took like a food, like he's in school for like food, and he's culinary, whatever, hospitality, whatever you want to call it. Right. And he took a class.
Hospitality.
Yeah, we're like the minimal. He's like, all right, this is the minimal amount of time food can be out of the fridge before bacteria gets on it, and it's only like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, that's fine. There's been plenty of things left overnight that we've had before. I don't know if it's like bacteria or not. I mean, like we also like leave out eggs a lot too.
Oh no!
But that's actually in Italy. They don't keep eggs in the refrigerator.
I remember that.
So it's not like a lot of stuff is not as
well. It also
it's not as perishable as we make it
has
sound.
The shell. The shell is already
but
it's like skin. It's like our skin. Like our skin is meant to like protect us from bacteria.
I understand. And like eggs already have bacteria in them to begin with. You cook them, so you're okay.
Yeah. So this guy actually. The guy that was taking heat for throwing out the pizza, he's like, I'll buy you a new one if it means that much to you. He's just like, I don't want a new pizza. It's the principle of the thing. And I think like later on...
See, that's just stupid. Why would you want that instead of like a new fucking pizza?
Later on, I think like he actually flip-flopped the argument and just kind of like, it's not about the principle of the thing, it's about the pizza that you threw out.
Dickhead.
Pizza principle.
Well, that was kind of like the resounding opinion of him after.
It's like, oh wait, I can actually get what I want, but better.
See, now that's not what I meant. If he would have given me the Pokemon trading card game, I would have been really happy.
No, see, that's not. If you leave that out, it doesn't go bad. See, he should have just given it to you.
Right. I didn't realize that.
Because he's the one who effed up and lost the Super Mario game.
He should own up to it.
Yeah, own up to it. Don't give me this shitty game.
Which in kid logic, now that we've lived through that and we can actually look back on a critical angle as adults, he definitely pocketed it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
Most likely.
Pocketed it. I got hoodwinked by a 7-year-old.
It's like if you ever worked with kids. If you've worked with kids now, you lived through it, you know their tricks. Just I didn't do my homework because I lost it.
This reminds me,
lose it.
This reminds me of the time that I wanted to make a donation to the music guy in New York City who gave me those blank CDs.
Oh, yeah.
That was so unfortunate. I was walking with Tom, and we were going to meet Gerard and a couple of the people at Carmine's. And as they're walking, this guy's like, "Yo, man, you want to donate to a cause for music and you get a free CD?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. I love music. I want to increase the arts. I love helping people pursue their dreams." So I gave him $5, and he hands me the CDs. He's like, "Yo, they're $15 each." I'm like, "No, what are you talking about?" He's like, "Yo, give me the money." I'm like, what's going on?" And there's they're starting to pester me and Tom.
Everywhere.
So eventually, me and Tom gave him another $10 each, and I walked out and I had these CDs, and one was signed G Money and something else. And I'm just looking at it, and I'm like,
This is terrible.
I think
swindled.
that's happened to everybody who's gone to the city at least once, tourist or not.
Nope, I definitely remember that too. That's happened to me. First year of college, I was walking. I think I was going to Penn Station because I had to catch a train. And this guy comes up to me, just kind of the weird thing of it is they don't come up to you and they say, "Do you want to listen to my music? Do you want to buy my music? Do you want to listen to this and see what you think?" They always come up to you. They they put their arm around you.
Yeah, they try.
Hey, how you doing, man? How you doing? You good? Where you going? Where you go? Oh, Philadelphia. I know that place. And then they push their music onto you, just kind of here's the CD. Go on, take it. I'm gonna sign it for you.
As soon as you take it, that's it.
Okay, no, it's just $10 a CD. And I remember I actually bought one, just to get him off my back. I listened to it once. I'm like, this is crap. I actually gave it to my friend who was into hip hop at the time. Just here, just.
Was there actually music on it?
Yeah, there was.
Oh, all right. Because I was because when it happened to me, it was my friend. Coincidentally, I was with another.
Oh, yours was actually a blank CD.
No,
I'm just. My dad thought they were dangerous, so he threw them out.
No, I never. So we were. It was pushed on us. So it was with my other friend Anthony. Yeah. And we were in the city one time. We were in Soho or some shit. And these guys come up to us, and they're like, it happens. The first one comes up, pushes it on you. Then his friend comes up and he guilts you into, oh no, he gets money. Why don't I get money? And then you feel bad and you start giving everybody money. And then. And then you walk away, and then Anthony's like, what the fuck is this? I didn't actually read this. Inch Money? What the fuck is Inch Money? That was the guy's rap name. Inch Money. Fuck you, Inch Money. You hear me? Fuck you. Yeah, Inch Money. He throws him in the. He's like, I don't even want to listen.
Right.
I don't even want to listen. What's not right?
The fact that he does that to us.
Yes, he's like, I don't even want to listen to this shit. Throws it in the subway. That was the end of it.
If he legitimately wanted to get money off of his craft, he wouldn't resort to those kind of tactics.
Because it's not about that. They make shitty music.
I thought I was making a donation.
No, they're hustling.
Yeah, you got hustled. I got hustled.
We all got hustled. Then you get wiser. Here's what you do: the next time you see those assholes with the CDs, right past them. You're not being rude. You're doing the right thing.
I mean, I agree with your other idea of we should pull out our own CDs and hand it to them. And be like, yo,
that's also funny. Be like, oh wait, trade for trade? No, you got to trade. I would love to do that.
No trade backs.
No trade backs.
I'll take your shiny Gyarados, man.
Yeah, we should just trade.
Oh CDs. Yeah, I got some too. Oh, you guys are doing it here today? Oh, I was here yesterday. It's a great spot. How many people did you get?
Yeah, just
or flash a police badge.
That'd be so amazing.
Yeah, that would be fucking fun. No, but it definitely, you should walk past these people.
You
don't owe anyone the time of day.
Definitely not.
When you're walking.
I'd rather give money. I'd rather just give a random homeless guy the money. Honestly, and I know it would be going to a better cause.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, I remember saying before, New Yorkers are we're generally friendly people, but this shit happens.
Right.
This shit happens to us, and we just get hardened to it. If someone came up to some people regular come up to him and just do you know how to get to this? Do you know how to get to the ferry?
You
do you know how to
freeze
get
for
to Wall
a second.
Street?
Yeah.
And he's yeah, okay.
I legitimately freeze because I don't know where those things are.
You freeze. You look at them for a second. You check them out. You're like, all right, they don't look too weird. Maybe they don't have all right, and then you tell them, and then you bounce.
Yeah, that's it. Or just kind of look, I don't know the answer, but I think you have to generally head that way.
That too.
But
it's so much better than if you ask the police in Rome where to go, because they always just say, I don't know, or 5 minutes that way.
Don't you have to
It's never 5 minutes. It's never 5 minutes. 5 minutes is anywhere between 5 minutes to 3 hours. So you're going You can get to Milan from Rome in 5 minutes.
In case of Florence, it was 3 hours.
Oh, that was great.
It was a fun night.
There's anything I've learned about getting lost in Rome, I think you can time travel. Owen Wilson taught me that one.
Oh, no, that was Paris.
Oh, fuck.
Midnight in Paris.
Oh, well, I guess that wouldn't work in Rome.
One in Rome.
Oh, wait, no, Woody Allen. Apparently that, like, if you wander in Rome, you might find an adventure.
That was To Rome with Love. Excellent movie.
There we go. Yeah, I love that one too.
That was really good. Alec Baldwin, yes.
Yeah.
That was good. That's good.
I love how in that movie, specifically, have you seen that movie, Gerard?
No, I haven't actually.
That's not spoiler for other people too, right?
The only thing that I am going to say, the only thing I'm going to say is like Alec Baldwin's role in the story is you don't know if he's a hallucination or if he's literally bumming it with these people.
You know, that's kind of a little bit of a spoiler right there.
You know what? I don't care. I
don't appreciate that. If I was listening and I'd never seen Rome with Love.
I think that adds to the intrigue. You don't know if he's a schizophrenic hallucination.
Yeah, now I like to think he's just Alec Baldwin.
The movie.
Like Alec Baldwin is. I don't actually know the name of any characters he plays. He's just always Alec Baldwin to me.
I don't know. What do you think, Alec Baldwin?
Actually, he's
good point. Good point, Alec Baldwin.
I agree. I concur. He's one of those guys.
I think Alec Baldwin is whoever you want him to be.
I want it to be a lot of things. I think he is all those things.
Usually he's just that guy yelling at people.
But he's great. He's just great. And he's got like a great name. Is Baldwin, New York, named after him?
No.
Oh.
No, I doubt it. How many towns can you actually get that are named after people?
I don't know. There's a high school named Walt Whitman.
That's high schools, streets. You can definitely get that named after people. Towns.
What type of
St. Louis.
Like Boone's Farm for Daniel Boone. That's it.
St. Louis for St. Louis.
What about
Washington.
Jamestown for King
Washington.
James, right?
Jefferson.
Yeah.
Jefferson's a city.
Yeah, Washington.
Yeah, right?
Jefferson.
Washington.
What else is there? What other cities are there? There's a lot of cities.
But where the hell do you come up with like stuff like Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Well, Oklahoma to begin with.
Well, it's actually like that. That's you guys know John Green. He's an author. He also is part of the Blog Brothers, and he actually wrote a book called Paper Towns, which is becoming a movie now. Which is around the premise.
I think that's how I've heard of it.
It's around the premise. He also wrote The Fault in Our Stars, which is actually
That's it.
And also came out as a movie. And Paper Towns are on the premise of this fake town that was
made of paper.
What cartographers used to do.
God help if it rains.
Monsoon season's coming and it's just like a light drizzle.
Back in the day, cartographers, to prevent people from stealing their maps, would make up fake towns on the maps that they would know as themselves. So if they ever showed up on other maps, they would say, hey, that's copyright infringement, you're copying our map, because that town doesn't exist. Except there was one town that actually, due to people going to visit that area to try and see if it existed, they ended up making a town there.
Oh.
So it created its own town, and he wrote this whole thing, Paper Towns, based around these towns that are like supposedly fake, and some sort of exploration with high school kids, probably targets a teenage demographic. But John Green's fantastic. I mean,
essentially what The Fault in Our Stars was about.
I love The Fault in Our Stars. Actually, I read it. It was pretty good. Never saw the movie.
I wrote the movie off immediately after seeing a trailer. I did not see it after that.
It was a good book, though. There's some awesome quotes from there that I liked, and also the fact like The Fault in Our Stars is a Shakespeare reference. So.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Which is I appreciate it. And John Green's an excellent. His Vlog Brothers, like him and his brother Hank, they do this thing where they bounce back and forth on YouTube and they educate and have like quick blurb videos. He's fantastic.
I remember checking those out. Yeah.
I think he teaches creative writing classes at NYU, or used to.
That doesn't surprise me. Oh, speaking of people I want to become professors, you remember how Obama used to teach at, what was it, Columbia?
I did not know that. What did he teach?
I think he actually was like a law professor. Do not quote me on this.
Okay.
But I'm almost certain he was a law professor.
I'm going to quote Dean. Obama taught at Columbia.
But I think he went to Columbia, but I don't know if he taught there. I know he taught. Definitely know that he taught. But you know what I would like? I would like him to go back to teaching.
Instead of being just like leave the president's office right now.
No, just like once he's done.
What if he just upright and was like, "That's it, I'm done," and just like got out and went back?
Well, then would he be like Mr. Obama?
Who's the vice president right now? I don't even know this.
Biden.
Oh God, I want him to not teach anymore. I want him to stay in president for a couple more years until. Next year,
the end of his term?
Yeah, the end of his term.
No, well, once his term runs out, I want him to go back to teaching and
great.
teach government and law.
That'd be awesome.
In the because how many other people can we get that perspective of the president's office?
That's a good point.
You're taught in all the government classes.
Would he be Mr. Obama, or would he just be still President Obama?
Probably still president.
Still president. You don't lose.
President.
You don't lose.
How do we refer to Bill Clinton?
President Clinton.
I refer to him as Wild Bill.
Unless
I can't even face that with a straight face.
Wild Bill. Unless we're in like the Green Mile, he's not Wild.
It's like Whistling Willie's.
I mean, there were never any problem about jobs when he was in office, so it's like.
It's very true.
Yeah, so it's like you gotta
I don't know, man. He saw the
Even
problems.
if he didn't teach before, I would want him to just do that.
Wild Bill?
Yeah.
He could teach history pretty well.
Wild Bill.
No,
Wild
not even
Bill
Wild
could
Bill.
teach like how to,
How to seduce your interns? That could
sex
work too.
education, man.
Yeah.
Why not?
You know what? When the
How to
whole,
hide your shit.
you remember hearing about how Monica Lewinsky was like talking about? She like came out years after the scandal happened. This was like recently.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, the scandal was hard on me too. Like, hold on. You had like sexual relations with a president. Like that's just good, juicy gossip.
Yeah.
For Christ's sakes.
That is juicy.
I can understand you're kind of like blacklisted there, but like, I don't know. That's really interesting. You were part of a scandal.
That is pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's.
But how would you not know you were going to be part of a scandal? Like, you really didn't think that was going to blow up?
It's certainly like you weren't of unsound mind or anything. Yes, I got that.
I got that too, sadly.
You weren't of unsound mind or
Sadly.
anything. You could be like, who's this dashing
could've been
guy
like, well-
in the suit that's walking around my office?
I mean, if
The
we know
president,
anything
nobody's watching that guy. Fuck this. Might as well.
Yeah, but he's Bill Clinton.
he's Bill Clinton. And he was everyone's friend.
He was everybody's friend. Your friend, my
I
friend.
guess so.
He
To
bounced
get
that
away with
budget.
that shit, sure.
He did some great stuff. Bill was pretty wild.
Wild Bill.
Yeah,
Wild Bill.
It's
Wild Bill
like
the Cox.
Wild Bill 2016. He should run again. That'd be great.
I'd vote for him.
I'd vote for him too. Why not?
Well, now who do we got? Hillary Clinton, Ted Cruz.
Hillary
I don't
Clinton,
even
we
know
might
if
get
it's
Wild Hill instead.
Wild Bill.
Oh yeah, someone sent me a
Wild
picture.
Bill, Wild
Someone
Bill.
sent me a picture before the show. Like half Hillary, half Bill Clinton. Hillbilly. That's a
I
grower.
mean, Hillary's a real man's man candidate, so that's great. I'd be happy with her.
I don't know. She's-
Who are the Republicans throwing up again? Who do they
Ted
have?
Cruz.
Don't know.
I don't even know who Ted Cruz is.
Don't
I gotta
know,
start-
don't care.
I gotta start getting more involved in like my politics. I feel so out of the know.
Believe me, once it all starts boiling down to who's trying to get your vote, I will definitely be in the chair.
In the chair of office?
Oh, in this one specifically.
I'll
be
this
talking
chair.
about it.
I thought you meant like they don't have
In front of the
chairs
microphone,
booths.
in the chair.
In the ballot booths, they don't have chairs anymore. I don't know if they ever did.
Well, they might in Florida.
Yeah. It takes a long time. No, actually, you ever see the Florida voting system? It's like those Mattel toys. Like, you match the shape to the hole.
Florida was the whole problem with the...
Right, because
With
once
the-
again, Florida's crazy.
With Bush's
So
election,
they have
yeah.
no idea what they're doing down there. They thought it was like...
Have you actually seen the ballot for that one?
No.
Holy crap. I didn't know about it until I was like 17, 18 in government class. He showed me a picture of what the ballot looked like. No, this was actually AP history.
In Florida?
Yeah, you showed me what the ballot looked like, which caused all the confusion. I'm like, I wouldn't know what to think of that either.
That's why they should probably use the Mattel system. It's a lot better. Republican, you put the star.
If you put the
you're-
star in the
if you're
star,
Independent, you put the
successfully voted.
square, and then like you just do it like really simple. It's easy. It's hands-on learning, hands-on voting.
Hands-on.
It's a great.
I think that's a bit too patronizing for new voters.
It's
Voters, here, come to this one. It's got coloring books.
I would
Older
love-
ones, you can just cast your vote over
But
there.
wouldn't
You
that
can
be
go
great?
home.
You could just like color your vote in. Like if you color outside the lines, you're going Democratic. If you color in, you're Republican. Because it's a more conservative approach,
That's
right?
true. You're right.
If you don't
then you
color
get the
at
people.
all,
Then you get the people that fully color, and they're just like, "Wait, did this one bump over the line?"
Then
make
you
a
get
big
the
vote?
if
independent
you draw
guy-
like a dog, you're an independent. So it's like whatever.
Yeah, or you cut the thing out and you take it home with you.
Please illustrate how you feel about politics, and then just like whatever scribble you get, you have to
Someone
interpret.
draws, like, a big
you,
penis
sir,
on the thing.
are a libertarian.
Yes. No, that'd be
You, sir, are an existentialist.
great.
Someone draws a penis. You're an anarchist. I don't like you.
There's a lot of anarchists in my high school. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, mine too.
That would be.
Although not for long. It's going to be co-ed now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Wait,
that's
what?
crazy. I did
What?
not know
My
that.
high school's going co-ed. It was an all-boys school for like over 100
Oh,
years.
that's interesting.
I wonder if would always go co-ed, but probably not. They're pretty against that for now.
For
But plus,
now.
already have Callenberry.
Once like the admission rates go down,
yeah,
they'll
but
start
that's
doing
true. I guess that's true.
that. Or like once the tuition climbs to like way too high, which is the case with, my high school. Like,
yeah.
my aunt took my cousin there. I was like, "How much is it now?" She's like, "It's 14,000. 14,000 a year. It was like
Wow.
7,000 when I was there.
Yeah.
I wasn't there that long though.
That's incredible.
Get out of here. What do they got in there?
Public school. That's where I went.
That's
Yeah,
what
public
I
school's
should've
pretty
done,
good.
Man. That would have been better.
I mean, it was like.
I like going to.
I liked it too, but in hindsight, like, I don't know, I probably would have come out a lot less stressed if I was in public. I wouldn't have learned as much if I was in public school, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know what? I can concur with that. Do you ever wish you could go back to high school?
And redo it? Yeah, sometimes.
Nah, not really.
Yeah, that's like I think that's kind of like a shifting thing now. Like if someone told you I could bring you back to high school, you would know everything that you know now. Just like, nah, I think I'm fine.
Yeah,
because then there were some unavoidable social situations like that girl will still never go out with me. I will still always get this on that test. I'm still going to be freaked out and fall asleep during physics.
Oh my god, I used to. My teacher hated me during physics. It was like I don't know what it was, but he always used to think like I just really was confused by physics because math like jumbles my brain. Yeah. So I would sit there and I would be trying to follow along, and he'd ask me a question, and I was really confused by the question. So I'd say something else, be like, "Oh, that's a great way to dodge the answer." I'm like, "No, that's not what I'm trying to do." So then I knew he liked planes, so I try and link everything back to planes, and he didn't appreciate that either.
I figured out your tells, boy. You're trying to get me to talk about planes.
Ah, man. It was.
We actually had a thing back in our physics because we wanted to like we wanted to actually like try and follow him during his lectures because he was he was a curmudgeon, honestly. But
curmudgeon.
He was like, yeah, right.
I have never heard that word.
That's a $2 word.
It's a great word.
Yeah. What makes a word only $2? It's a $100 word.
If I knew a $100 word, I really would be selling it.
Organoleptic.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to give you $6 for that one.
$6.
Organoleptic.
What is this?
Get money.
Yeah. So what we actually did was we actually like did a betting pool.
On what?
You know what? I'm like my memory's fuzzy on this, but I think it was like if we could get him to say the correct, if we could like answer some question or something, or if we got called on and like we had to like answer a question or something, like we would get part of the pot. I don't know.
You know what question I think I've
only did twice.
You know what question I've always wanted answered? Who do the professors in Harvard quote? Because everyone at other schools quotes Harvard professors.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah?
They always quote people from Harvard School of Business, Harvard School of Medicine, Harvard this. Someone at Harvard said this. What do people at Harvard say? They go, yeah, we said this.
Us.
They quote themselves. I'm going to quote myself right now.
They quote God, maybe, the Bible.
You know, anyone that makes everyone that's the professional quote maker, they should go to Harvard. That way, they actually have the credentials right there.
I love quotes. Quotes are good.
Quotes are great.
Quotes are just they're so quoteful. They're full of like wisdom
quotable
and
right
words.
There.
Quotable, yeah.
I love that quote. Never believe everything you hear on the internet. Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, that's good. I thought it was Wayne Gretzky.
Whoever knows, I think it was Abraham Lincoln because he just wasn't alive at the time. Like that's the whole.
Oh wait, there was like a quote that Wayne Gretzky said, and they attributed to Michael Scott afterwards.
Yeah.
I always forget which one that is. You always miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. You know what? I should get into The Office.
I'm not into The Office. I want to get
the
into
original one or this one.
I like
the one that happened here. The one that ended.
Oh, okay. Well, they both ended, but
that doesn't narrow it down anime. It used to at some point.
Well, this is a can of worms.
All right, so Dean,
the original one only lasted a few seasons. The one here was
let's do like a lightning round. Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks?
Oh, Dunkin'
Starbucks.
Donuts.
Whoa, Dunkin' Donuts.
What?
Really? Hold on a second.
Dude,
wait, do you like coffee or sludge?
I love coffee, and that's why.
Do you like milk and sugar, or do you like coffee?
Okay, all right, milk and sugar.
There we go. See, Dunkin' Donuts, if you wanted cream and sugar, why'd you get coffee? That's my opinion.
I mean, Dunkin' Donuts has the donuts. That's part of their name, but like they don't have. I mean, I ain't dunking it in a coffee because it's not coffee.
I would do that, but you're right. I would take it.
I mean, it's
you know what would happen? There was like one holiday where I really wanted to try the pumpkin pie donut, but I didn't. I went to Starbucks to get the coffee. Yeah. Then I went into Dunkin' Donuts with the coffee and ordered the donut. I was like,
I accidentally once
not even that. I just didn't want it.
I handed the Dunkin' Donuts people once my Starbucks card to pay for it, and that was awkward.
Damn.
They were just like, this doesn't work here," and I'm like, "Oh my god."
I think I've learned.
Then I realized I was in a Dunkin' Donuts.
I think I've learned never to actually like order the seasonal donut because I'll just hate myself afterwards. Like the pumpkin pie one was always like too rich. They actually did a lemonade donut.
Oh, that's
tried
disgusting.
That for some reason.
That sounds ridiculous.
Well, because you had like the lemon, you have like the lemon filling for some of them, like
lemon
a lemon.
But lemonade.
Yeah. I don't like lemonade. It's like this seems like it should work, but it doesn't.
It's like when people try to put bacon with everything. Like bacon's good with certain things. Bacon. Bacon's good by itself. Bacon's good with eggs. A little bit of B&E. Breaking down the ring. Bacon and eggs.
Lightning question. Bagel type. Favorite. Go.
Bagel type. Cinnamon raisins.
Multigrain.
Poppy seed.
I never had poppy seed. I actually like everything bagels too. A little scallion cream cheese.
Oh, scallion cream cheese is the best.
It's a cinnamon raisin. You get the blueberry cream cheese. Really good. Shout out to Bacon.
Yeah, I like avocado cream cheese. It's
Whoa.
like creamy.
Really?
I've never had avocado
You
cream
ever had
cheese.
that?
That's interesting.
Never had that
good.
before.
That's interesting.
It's
Sounds like
interesting,
eating
but it's awesome.
guacamole on for breakfast.
You know, you can put guac on guac.
do it.
It's like
I would do
guac's
it.
great.
I would put guacamole.
Guac
in
around
it.
the clock. That's what I say.
Unfortunately, it's not always
How
there.
often
So
do you
sometimes
say
you
that?
just.
That's what I want to know.
a couple times.
I think this is
a
the
day.
first time.
I've actually said that before.
Anthony, hasn't it been like 5 hours since you said you did? Oh yeah, you're going to walk around the
Walk
clock.
around
Let
the
me just get
clock.
back to this task.
Oh, it's so
Let me get back to
trite
this-
now.
So,
You're mug for the audience.
Wait,
You're
I
like,
get
walk
a
around the clock.
lightning.
Dragon's
round.
lightning round.
Applebee's are Fridays.
Oh,
Fridays.
Applebee's.
It's basically the same shit. But
I go
It is.
Fridays.
It is.
'Cause they got the sliders. No, it's Ruby Tuesdays. Whoops,
See,
never mind.
Fridays I notice has like all the Jack
The
Daniels,
Jack Daniels
themes.
burger.
Right, that's
Yeah.
good. But Applebee's, I always have a special place because that's just the one I
That's
always-
the thing.
Appetizers?
It
The
is
half
the
appetizers?
okay.
Half
Some people would consider like your favorite food or like your favorite place to go is the one that you go to the most, right? You can understand that logic.
No, because that would mean that Montgomery's and all these places on campus would be my favorite foods.
But like to an outside observer, yeah, exactly. To an outside observer, just like, oh, he goes to Montgomery's the most. I guess that's his favorite.
Little do they know that it's a...
I had the realization that I like out of all the restaurants that I go to, it's Applebee's the most because of the half apps and like occasionally a meal.
I mean, half-apps...
Happy hour is
half
not
apps are the
bad
best
at
part.
Applebee's either.
Half apps are
Exactly,
the best part
that's
because you
the
go
target.
there,
Those
you
are
got the
good.
quesadillas, you got the boneless buffalo wings.
They actually
and-
changed the menu. I don't think they have quesadillas
Are
anymore.
you serious?
Yeah,
what?
they did
This
change
is why I like Fridays better because
Now
clearly
your vote
Fridays.
is on
Thank
Fridays.
God it's
it's
Friday.
been on Fridays.
Like they added a couple of things. Like now you can get like churros.
like those cinnamon
Yeah,
sticks
like
of
little
dough.
twisty things.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would I don't want a churro at Applebee's. I want my quesadillas. You know, they used to have the nachos nuevos back in the day where it actually be like really big and awesome. Then like the economy hit Applebee's and it became like the nasty nachos and all this crazy stuff.
I can't be too sure that they still have.
Yeah, they probably got rid of that too. because
Applebee's
Applebee's a
definitely
bunch of
still
haters.
has. They definitely still have.
They're a bunch of
nachos.
posers now. They sold
No, they're
out.
not. They still have
They
apples.
sold out. It's
They still have
Applebee's.
nachos.
They got that like griller cantina thing. No, the cantina's Taco Bell. They had like this like this crazy. They got
I
like
got
this,
the chalupa there.
Chalupa. They-
oh, my dad actually. Speak back to my dad. My dad cannot order anything when he comes to Taco Bell. He will drive up to the window and I'll repeat the order to him 3 times. I'll be like, all right, it's a chicken crunch wrap supreme. Pretty simple, right? He'll be like, can I get a chicken crunch crap? One of those key Grita grunches. I'm like, and the lady's like, man, what's going on? And my dad, as he talks to people who have accents, starts
Sir, are
taking
you
on
having
their
a stroke?
accents.
Do I need to call 911?
He starts taking on their
no,
accents.
that's supposed to happen after.
Gang
So,
burrito.
so as he starts talking, he starts taking on a more broken English, Spanish accent.
Really?
Yeah, he does that. When we go to the barber shop, it becomes Russian. When he talks to whoever he talks to, he picks up their accents. So it becomes more like it's just the barrel of confusion. I'm like, Dad, you're saying it wrong. It's gordita. He's like, corquita. No, I'm like, gordita. Corquima. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, yeah, I want 2 chicken crunch craps. And I'm like, Dad, it's not a crunch crap. It's a crunch wrap. I'm even forgetting it myself. Then I'm like, and then he forgets everything. And if God forbid you tell him an order. I mean, one time, I had my wisdom teeth pulled. I was drinking Ensure because I could not eat anything. It hurt, so I was just sipping Ensure out of the bottle. And I was like, Dad, the vanilla tastes terrible. I want the chocolate. He goes, okay. Comes back with 15 bottles of vanilla. I'm like, you're going to go back to the store and please get me chocolate because I'm not drinking these. I'm like, I specifically told you get me chocolate. Don't get me vanilla. He's like, Anthony, you're killing me. Oh my God, you're such a drama queen. I'm like, no. It's like I can't. It's so specific. You ask for a burrito, he's gonna come back with a steak. I don't understand. I'm like, what is going on?
Where the hell did you get a kangaroo meat?
No, it's like, yeah, I love my
Ostrich?
dad. Love my dad. It's always an adventure when we go to because I feel so bad for the employee at Taco Bell. It takes like 15 minutes. They never have anything.
Why don't
going
you
on.
just do the order?
Because I want to, but my dad has this thing where he just wants to order it, like regardless.
So does he want to cause all that?
I think he enjoys it. He also does a thing where he doesn't order anything and then takes your food because it tastes better.
I like that. See, I'm a fan.
like,
I'm a fan.
he's
I'm
the-
a
he's the
proponent.
person that you hate
I'm a
in the
fan of
restaurant.
that. I love doing that.
I thought you were going to. I thought it was going to be something along the lines of you keep telling him what to order, and it like keeps piling on to like this madness that's coming out of his mouth, and it keeps going to the point where like you're getting so frustrated that he shuts down.
No, he doesn't do that. He just like we always have to drive back. because-
Gangarito. No, it's a burrito. It's a crunch wrap,
that-
and just
that
like it keeps
happens.
piling up.
I
It's just
keep
like
trying to explain it to him, and then he never knows. So he goes, "And what do I like?" I'm like, "Dad, it says you order the same thing. It's a soft shell taco, and you like the chicken crunch wrap, the thing you can't pronounce."
What do I like?
And I'm just like, it's the thing you can't pronounce. He's like, oh, I want one of those.
What do I like?
Then he orders it, and he's like, this is not what I wanted. I'm like, oh my God, it's been the same thing for the past 10 years.
This
You
isn't
always
what I
respond.
like.
newlywed game right here.
It's
What do
so-
I like?
It's so bad.
Go.
I'm just like, my God, it's ridiculous. And like, I feel so bad when we pull up to the drive-thru. Or then when we pull him, like when we go into the restaurant, my dad's the type of people who makes a small talk with everybody. So start making things and be like, it's so expensive nowadays. I used to be able to get a taco for like, a couple bucks. Now it's like $20. That's it. And I'm like, oh my God. He starts talking.
I need to go more places.
He takes
guy.
like 10 of each
like
sauce, even though we never use it.
Use it.
If like Taco Bell sauce and ketchup packets ever became a currency, we'd be so wealthy. We have like mountains of this stuff.
Sure, it is.
You and stoners alike.
Yeah, except we're not stoners, so there's no reasoning behind this.
Come on, man.
Just,
420 was yesterday.
It was.
410 is just April 20th.
You know what? Appropriately enough, it was foggy outside.
It was really
wow.
foggy.
I didn't actually realize.
No, I couldn't even see the
Yeah,
bridge when I was driving home from work yesterday.
That rainstorm came out of nowhere too last night.
Very true.
Yeah, that's true. I woke up this morning to that
crazy.
thing. I was like, oh shit.
But that was so. Yeah, ordering at these drive-thrus is always such a pain. Or like when we go to Chinese restaurants. He can't pronounce anything. They can't pronounce anything. It's such a mess.
How could they not pronounce anything?
Because like there's like the barrier. We're speaking two different languages, and like we're really lost. And like
just grab the shit and point.
That's like the best thing. But you'd think that he would understand. But sometimes, first off, us Italians are occupied with our hands. We have no time to point. We can't. We got that nerve, but that connects the mouth to the
mouth-hand syndrome. I know, but you gotta
hand to mouth.
So
what you should do is just hold the menu out, do this, and then when you eventually hit something, that's what you get.
But it is always a fun adventure going places with him because you never know what you're gonna get. It's like it's a wild experience.
Yeah, that's a good note to end on.
Something we all gotta do. We all gotta do that one time. Let's go to Carmine's.
Oh, absolutely. We did that for my birthday.
Yeah,
and my dad still is pissed that he never tried half the dishes. Because anything that hit our side of the table was gone immediately.
We ate everything.
Because on my side of the table was me, Gerard, Reese, Tom, my friend Steve, my sister, my cousin, and like forks would just go flying out.
Yeah, we destroyed it.
And it was just gone.
I think we should go sometime. All right. So you know what? I think that's a good note to end on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Signing out.
All right. See you next week.
Peace.
See you whenever.